You vegans is just so stupid. I eat like 5 eggs a day and I'm perfectly... Oh, Brandine, I think I'm having another heart attack. God damn it, Narlin. Why don't you just listen to Vegan Gains?
Murder your own children? Well, what if I took a gun, pointed it at your son's head, pulled the fucking trigger, and then turned around and told you, plants feel pain too? Disease risk. So, in other words, if I were to cut the skin off of your bald fucking head, put it in a pan, fry it in butter, and eat it, that would raise my serum cholesterol score. Alright everyone, today I'm going to show you how to turn your very own beloved family dog into the most beautiful, juicy, delicious sausages, and we're going to do it all in just 15 minutes or less. And following along this line of logic where the better you treat the animal before you kill it, the more ethical and humane it is, then why don't you kill and eat your own children? Human beings are animals after all, and chances are you treat your children better than any other animal, so killing and eating children is the most ethical and humane way to eat meat. Now, if you love those dog sausages, you are going to absolutely love this next recipe. It's savory, full of flavor, and all you're going to need is just one of your own children, and I'm gonna pick my own kid with the dumbest name, Poppy Honey Rosie, probably doing the poor kid a favor, really. Natural bodybuilder, really? Oh, and by the way, is this fight we're going to have drug tested? You don't get enough vitamin A. Nothing you say makes fucking sense because you're a dumb bitch who knows nothing. Ugh, little carrots just don't do it for a girl like me. I like putting a nice big pat of butter in the pan and then using that to lube up the sausage. Oh! Girlfriend, and I think you're a fucking asshole for encouraging your girlfriend to starve herself to the point where she looks like a human anatomy chart, which is why we require meat when clearly we do not. Look at me. I'm roaming millennial. A girl like me can't just have cucumber. I need thick, juicy sausages. And it's also going to be really crowded and there's lots of places to hide, so it's a good opportunity to try and kill me. So if you think you have the fucking guts, come to the fucking Toronto Veg Fest. So again, whether you follow a shitty standard American diet or a shitty fucking ketogenic diet, you're at high risk of fucking heart disease. So what the fuck was Mark Lobliner thinking when he presented this study? Like, yeah, compared to a shitty standard American diet, a ketogenic diet, at best, will have little to no effect on serum biomarkers of cardiovascular disease, but you're still at fucking high risk of heart disease. Fucking. Layne Norton went out and got a PhD. And the great thing about having a PhD is you can overemphasize the significance of dietary protein and supplementation and claim that all of your athletic achievements, including an IPF world record, were due to your super scientific approach to diet and supplements and not steroid use. PhD. And get her bikini body guide for free. That's a savings of $120. And no, I wouldn't call that stealing because you can't steal something that's absolutely worthless. Management. Great use of your PhD, Layne, by referencing a clickbait mainstream news report rather than referencing any research. But good thing we have people like John Keating who'd actually like to learn something rather than use corporate validation to help manipulate people to earn money, and also good thing he decided to argue with you in the comment section and make a video pointing out how ignorant and stupid you are if that wasn't already immediately apparent. And oh look, the product disclaimer says not to copy this book. Did I remember to tell you about uTorrent?
What that means is that their risk of heart disease went up despite losing weight.
And Layne Norton's response was... But after Layne took his peak week supplement stack, he was able to muster up just enough brain power to say...
So you're saying he's lying?
So you're saying he's lying, Layne Norton.
Yes. authors, because to make a piece of trash like this, apparently it takes a team effort. First though, let's just listen to this pro-vegan zealot who has trouble rationalizing and doesn't have a PhD but still provides medical evidence for his claims, rather than relying on Channel 8 news. Studied at the Australian Institute of Fitness, which might sound prestigious, but it's not. Because you're racist? Now, looking at the medical evidence, the only possible fucking reason you could have to disagree with Dr. Kim A. Williams would have to be over something as stupid and illogical as racism, as named Toby Pierce, and he says he's a bodybuilder, but that really doesn't mean shit, since most bodybuilders don't know anything about training or nutrition.
There's been a lot of debate, like the vegan movement, who's come at me, have thrown out a lot of studies, a lot of research. The China study, which is a big correlation pile of garbage, thrown that at me and kind of nitpick studies to show that eating meat is bad for you.
Along with studying business and commerce. Why the fuck should I care if you study business or commerce? What the fuck does that have to do with training or nutrition? Things aren't about to make any more sense, are they?
Title is this in the Human Nutrition and Metabolism Journal. A ketogenic diet favorably affects serum biomarkers for cardiovascular disease in normal weight men. Meaning that basically it doesn't affect blood levels negatively, it actually positively or favorably affects it.
Are we being trolled? Yep, so apparently I'm getting sued, and can you guess who's suing me? Is it Lane Norton?
Stop giving it attention. It's quite simple. If you stop giving it attention, you will take their power away.
Nope, not Lane Norton. It's this guy, Vincenzo Del Monte.
Today we're going to talk about fat loss for idiots.
And apparently he's suing me for defamation, which is really weird because he defames himself in virtually every video he makes. All I've done is point that out.
What are my thoughts on plant-based eating, being a vegetarian, being a vegan in terms of, in correlation to building muscle, improving your physique? I refuse to work with anybody who is a plant-based eater if their goal is to build muscle, improve health, to do anything, period, to lose fat. To be honest, I feel like you're wasting my time.
A higher intake of dietary saturated fat increased heart disease risk in women. If she agrees that saturated fat intake increases heart disease risk, then why the fuck are things like meat, dairy, and eggs on the fucking menu? Does Kayla, or whoever the fuck wrote this, suffer from cognitive dissonance? Or maybe this is Kayla's subtle way of telling us that she is intentionally trying to kill people. And of course, the video that got his panties in a twist is Vince Del Monte, worst of the fitness industry, and I'm guessing he has a problem with a particular scene.
Why do you think it's so hard for people to believe that you gain 41 pounds of muscle in 6 months, going from skinny?
Vince, it's biologically impossible for a human being to grow 41 pounds of muscle in 6 months naturally, or even if you're on steroids. So unless you took Captain America's super soldier serum, there's no fucking way that ever happened. So I'm not accusing you of taking steroids, I'm accusing you of taking a non-existent fictional drug imagined by comic book creators Joe Simon and Jack Kirby, because looking at your before and after photos, I'm not convinced you were on steroids at that time. But what you don't seem to understand about my channel is that it's satirical. How would you like to be a part of a randomized double-blind placebo-controlled trial to determine once and for all whether or not bullets to the head kill people? Now, a bullet to the head carries a far greater mortality risk than eating meat, but why play Russian roulette with your food? Main reason I think you're threatening to sue me. I embarrassed you and you're a moron who's incapable of defending himself with any kind of logic or evidence, and look who you're even threatening to sue. I'm a 24-year-old who still lives with his fucking mom, I don't own a car or even have a driver's license, I ride my fucking bike everywhere, and I'm well known on the internet as that crazy psychopathic vegan who wants to kill fucking babies. To remind you all that this is the same guy who recommends eating gummy bears and pixie sticks after a workout. Must I continue? Dose of morphine they could possibly put me on. I was still in a tremendous amount of pain, and I asked the nurse, like, I'm just fucking dying here, like, I can't stand it, and the nurse gave me, I think, 2 pills of Percocet, and I was still in an insane amount of pain. Morphine, Percocets, and I was still high as fuck from the opiates from going under for surgery to flush the infected fluid out of my knee. The fact that you're stupid enough to even threaten to sue me does more damage to your credibility than anything I could have ever said. And here's a tip, Vince. If you want to convince people that you're all natural, maybe do more videos with your shirt off. Gave me, I think, 2 pills of fucking OxyContin. Partners like Ben Pekulski to make yourself look even more like a weak little bitch. Even I have more gains than your little pussy ass. Really important for me not only becoming vegan, but just becoming a better person and not becoming a crazy, insane serial killer, because that's the road I was really going down. All the while, not coming up with any kind of logic or evidence to refute anything I said in that Worst of the Fitness Industry video. Funny how I can come up with videos refuting claims with logic and evidence, but you can't.